Have you ever done it? You're scrolling through your phone, or maybe you're window shopping, or just browsing Zillow for fun. And you see it. The perfect car, the dream house, that one vacation that just looks perfect. And then you see the price, and you feel that little sigh, that sinking feeling, and you say the words, maybe just in your head, I can't afford it. We all do. It's the most normal phrase in the world, right? It's the wall we all hit. It's the end of the dream. The second we say, I can't afford it, the conversation is over. The brain shuts down. The dream pops just like a bubble, and we move on. I can't afford it is a full stop. It's the end of that story. Now, we assume the reason billionaires are different is because they just can. We think they never have this problem. They never have to say that phrase because they can just afford everything. Right? That's the fantasy. That they walk through life with an American Express black card that just never, ever declines. But what if I told you that's the biggest lie we tell ourselves about wealth? What if I told you that even billionaires can't afford things? All the time. I'm serious. Elon Musk, with all his billions, can't just wake up and buy the entire country of Japan. He can't. He cannot afford it. Jeff Bezos right now cannot just decide to buy all of Apple. He can't afford it. A billionaire with $2 billion in the bank can't just buy a $4 billion sports team. There's always a bigger price tag. There's always a limit. So if they also run into things they can't technically buy, why do they end up owning them anyway? Why do they seem to operate in a completely different reality where the normal rules of can and can't don't apply? It's because they have done one single thing that most people never do. They have performed mental surgery on themselves. They have identified a poverty virus in our everyday language, and they have ruthlessly, surgically eliminated it from their brains. That virus is the phrase, I can't afford it. You see, when you say, I can't afford it, you're telling your brain a statement. It's a fact. It's the end. It's a closed door, but billionaires don't deal in facts. They deal in problems. And I can't afford it isn't a problem to be solved. It's a statement of defeat. And that, right there, is the entire game. Think about it like this. You and a wealthy person are standing in front of the same $10 million house. You look at your bank account, you look at the house, and you say, wow, I can't afford it. And what happens? You turn around. You walk away. Your brain goes, copy that. Mission aborted. Dream is over. Let's go see what's on Netflix. The story is finished. The wealthy person stands there. They also can't afford it. Maybe they only have $2 million in cash. They don't have $10 million just sitting there. But they never say the forbidden words. Instead, their brain, which has been trained for this moment, asks a different question. A completely different question. A question that starts a story instead of ending one. That question is well, that's what we're going to get into. Because it's not just one question. It's a whole different operating system. And let me be clear, this isn't some power of positive thinking, motivational video. I'm not going to tell you to just believe you're rich or manifest a Lamborghini. That's fluff. This is practical. This is tactical. The words, I can't afford it, are lazy. They are the laziest words in finance. They tell your brain to stop working. They are a get-out-of-jail-free card for critical thinking. And the super rich, the truly wealthy, hate lazy thinking. They despise it. Today, I'm going to show you what they replace that phrase with. I'm going to give you the mental scripts that run through their heads when they are faced with a price tag that is bigger than their bank account. This is the insider knowledge. This isn't about having more money. It's about thinking about money in a way that creates more money. It's the reason why, when they're broke, which to a billionaire might mean they only have a few million in liquid cash. They're not scared. And when we're broke, it's terrifying. The difference is the mental framework. So, why do billionaires never say, "I can't afford it," even when it's true? Even when they objectively, factually, cannot buy the thing? Because the moment you say it, you've lost. You've taken yourself out of the game. They, on the other hand, don't leave the game. They change the rules. They replace that one single dream-killing phrase with two other, much more powerful concepts. And these two concepts are the secret key. And no, it's not just asking, "How can I afford it?" That's the beginner level. That's what the gurus on social media tell you. The billionaire level is something else entirely. It's far more powerful. It's about opportunity cost and something called asset framing. And it's how they can look at $1 billion price tag, not have $1 billion, and still walk away with the asset. And that's exactly what we're diving into right now. So, where were we? Yes. You're standing in front of that $10 million house. You've successfully not said, "I can't afford it." You've dodged the poverty virus. So what happens next? Now the social media gurus and the get-rich-quick books all tell you to ask the next question. How can I afford it? And look, that's a better question. It really is. It's a huge step up. Because "I can't" is a period. "How can I" is a question mark. It opens your brain up. It turns your brain from a lazy couch potato into a detective. It's a good question, but it's not the billionaire's question. Why not? Because when you ask, "How can I afford it?" what's your brain's answer? Well, I can get a second job. I can save up for the next 200 years. I can get a massive loan from the bank, and then I will be in debt for the rest of my life. Do you see the problem? The emphasis is on "I." The solution is your labor, your time, your debt. It puts all the pressure, all the work, all the risk on you, and the wealthy hate that. They don't want to be the one paying. They want their money to pay. Or, even better, they want other people's money to pay. So they ask two different questions. The first one is a safety check. It's the filter. And the second one, that's the one that changes the game. The first question they ask isn't "Can I afford it?" It's asterisk, "What is this really going to cost me?" Asterisk. This is what academics call opportunity cost. But that's a boring college lecture word. For them, it's real. Let me tell you a story. Let's say a guy, let's call him Dave, just sold his small company. He's got $1 million in the bank. He feels rich. He wants to buy a $100,000 sports car. He asks the guru question, "How can I afford it?" And the answer is easy. I've got $1 million in the bank. I can just buy it. So he buys it. He's got $900,000 left and a cool car. Now let's look at the billionaire mindset. She also has $1 million. She sees the same $100,000 car. But she doesn't ask, "How can I afford it?" She asks, "What will this cost me?" She knows that $100,000, if she just puts it in a simple investment, like an S&P 500 index fund, will give her, let's say, an average of 10% a year. That means in 1 year, that $100,000 will be $110,000. In 7 years, it'll be $200,000. In 20 years, it'll be over $670. So, when she looks at that $100,000 car, she doesn't see a $100,000 price tag. She sees a $670,000 price tag. That she sees the future that money would have built. And she asks, "Is this car really worth $670,000 to me? Is it worth the small factory I could have built with that? Is it worth the 10 college educations I could have paid for?" This is the first filter. They don't see the price. They see the cost. They see the ghost of the future that this money was supposed to have. This is why you see billionaires driving normal cars. It's not always because they're humble. It's because they're pained by the opportunity cost. Wasting $100,000 isn't a $100,000 loss. It's $1 million loss to them. Okay, let's say they still want the thing. They want the car. They want the house. They've done the math and they decide, yes, I want this. This is where the second and most important question comes in. The normal person asks, how can I afford it? The billionaire asks, how can it afford itself? Read that again. How can this asset pay for itself? This is the secret. This is the entire playbook. They shift the problem from their wallet to the asset itself. Let's go back to the $10 million house. You're standing there. You're not going to use your money. That's for investing. That's for growing. You're not going to get a massive loan and put yourself at risk. You turn to the house and you mentally ask it, okay, buddy, how are you going to pay for yourself? And suddenly, your brain, which was shut down by I can't or stressed out by how can I, starts to light up with creative solutions. Well, this house is a $10 million problem. How do I turn it into a $10 million solution? What comes with it? It's on 20 acres. What if I sever the land? What if I sell off 10 of those acres in 2-acre plots? If I can sell 5 plots for $1 million each, I'm only in for $5 million. Okay, that's better. What else? It has this amazing, huge ballroom. What if I rent this out for corporate events or weddings? That's a business. That business could generate, say, $500,000 a year. That $500,000 can pay the mortgage on the $5 million I still owe. Now the house is paying for itself. Wait, what if? What if I don't buy it in my name? What if I start a new company, a luxury events company, and that company takes out the loan to buy the house? The business's revenue pays the loan. The house becomes an asset on the company's books, not a liability on mine. Do you see what's happening? They're not buying a house. They are structuring a deal. The rich don't buy luxuries. They create systems that acquire assets. This works at every level. Let's say you want a new $3,000 laptop. I can't afford it. Brain stops. How can I afford it? Oh, save $300 a month. I'll get it in 10 months. How can it afford itself? How can this laptop make me $3,000? I can use it to learn a new skill. I can start a freelance writing business. I'll get 3 clients at $1,000 each. The clients buy me the laptop. The laptop is now free, and I have a new $3,000 month business. This is the mental shift. They have trained their brains to stop seeing costs and to start seeing systems. They're not looking at the price. They're looking at the potential. A billionaire looks at a billion-dollar company he can't afford and says, how can this company pay for itself? And he figures out a way to use the company's own assets as collateral for the loan to buy it. The company literally buys itself. They turned a statement, I can't afford it, into a question, but not just any question. They turned it into a creative puzzle, and solving that puzzle. That's the fun part. That's the game. So, what is the real reason they never say, I can't afford it? It's not just a mental trick. It's a symptom of a much deeper, more fundamental difference in how they see the world. And that's the final piece of the puzzle. The verdict. The one big payoff I've been promising you. What is the one thing that this all boils down to? What is the real answer to the video's title? It's not about language. It's not even about money. It's about identity. That's it. That's the whole secret. That's the payoff. The real reason billionaires never say, I can't afford it, is because that phrase belongs to an identity that they have completely and utterly rejected. What identity? The identity of a consumer. Think about it. Most of the world operates under the consumer operating system. It's the default. It's what we're all taught. How does a consumer work? It's simple. You get a job. You earn money. That money goes into your bank account. Then you see a thing you want: a car, a house, a vacation. You look at the price and you look at your bank account. If the number in your bank account is bigger than the price, you buy it. You consume it. And the money is gone. Your net worth goes down. If the number in your bank account is smaller than the price, you sigh. And you say the magic words, "I can't afford it." The entire game for a consumer is about saving enough money to cover the price. Your life is a constant battle between your paycheck and your desires. Now. Let's look at the other identity. The billionaire identity. They are not consumers. They are capitalists, or creators, or investors. Call it whatever you want. It's a completely different operating system. It's like one is Windows 95 and the other is a quantum computer. How does a capitalist work? They see a thing they want. A $10 million house. A $4 billion sports team. They never look at their personal bank account. Ever. That is amateur hour. Why? Because their personal bank account is irrelevant. Instead of asking, "Do I have the money?" they ask, "Does this deal make sense?" Instead of, "How can I buy this?" they ask, "How can I structure this?" "I can't afford it" isn't even in their vocabulary. It's not a thought. It's a foreign language. It's like asking a professional chef if he has enough allowance to buy tomatoes for his restaurant. He doesn't have an allowance. He runs the restaurant. He's not consuming the tomatoes. He's using them to create a dish that he will sell for 10 times the price. This is the aha moment. When you say, "I can't afford it," you are identifying yourself as a consumer. When they ask, "How can it pay for itself?" they are identifying themselves as a capitalist. Let's use a real-world insider example. Let's go back to that billionaire who wants to buy the $4 billion sports team, but only has $2 billion in liquid cash. Objectively, he cannot afford it. A consumer, even a billionaire-level consumer, would say, "I'm $2 billion short. I can't afford it. I need to go earn $2 more billion first." The capitalist does something completely different. He loves this. This is the game. He goes to a group of banks and says, "Hi, I'm buying this $4 billion team. I am putting in $1 billion of my own money." The banks say, "Okay, so you need a $3 billion loan. What's the collateral?" And the billionaire says ... The team, wait, what? He structures the deal so that the loan, the $3 billion, is against the team itself. The banks aren't lending him the money. They're lending the money to the deal and the team's future earnings, the TV rights, the ticket sales, the merchandise, are what will be used to pay back the loan. Think about what just happened. He only had $2 billion. He used half of that. He put in $1 billion to control a $4 billion asset. And the asset, the team, is paying for the other $3 billion. He didn't buy a team. He created a system that acquired the team for him. This is why the wealthy love debt, and most people are terrified of it. For you, debt is a burden. It's your credit card. It's you paying for a 10-year-old vacation. It's consumption. For them, debt is a tool. It's a lever to control assets that you don't own yet. They use OPM, other people's money, to acquire cash-flowing assets. The asset pays the debt, and they keep the asset. That is the real reason. They never say, "I can't afford it," because they are never, ever consuming. They are acquiring. They are structuring. The phrase, "I can't afford it," is a consumer's full stop. The question, "How can it afford itself?" is a capitalist starting gun. So, let's bring this all home. We started this journey with a phrase we all use every single day. We thought the reason billionaires don't use it is because they have all the money. But that's not it. We learned that's the biggest lie. The real reason is identity. The words you use are not a result of how much money you have. The amount of money you have is a result of the words you use. Your words are a self-fulfilling prophecy. They are the instructions you give your brain. When you say, "I can't afford it," you're giving your brain a command: shut down. Stop thinking. The dream is over. And your brain, which is very obedient, says, "Copy that," and closes the door. When you ask, "How can it pay for itself?" you give your brain a different command. You're saying, "This is a puzzle. Solve it. Get creative. Find the opportunity." This isn't just a lesson about billionaires. This is a lesson about you. You have to choose your identity. Are you a consumer who's a slave to their bank account? Or are you a capitalistic creator who sees the world as a series of puzzles waiting to be solved? The one new thing I want you to take away is this: you can start training your capitalist brain right now. The next time you're about to say, "I can't afford it," even if it's for a $5 coffee dash, just ... stop, pause, and for fun, just for yourself, ask the other question: how could this $5 coffee pay for itself? The answer might be silly. Well, I could do a review of it on TikTok. Or, I could network with the person next to me in line and get a new client. It doesn't matter what the answer is. You're not doing it to buy the coffee. You're doing it to build the muscle. You're doing a bicep curl for your brain. You're training yourself slowly to stop being a consumer and start being a player. I'm not selling a course. The only price for this video is for you to actually use this information. So if you got one new idea, one fun from this, pay the price and hit that like button. It's the best investment you can make right now. It tells the algorithm to send you more videos that make you think, instead of just videos that make you consume. And if you're serious about changing your mental operating system, subscribe and ring that bell. We're building a community of players here, not just spectators. Now for your homework. Go to the comment section and do two things. Tell me the one thing you've always said, "I can't afford." Then, write one idea, no matter how small or silly, for how it could pay for itself. Let's see whose puzzles we can solve together.